Hey guys, are you ready for a 2Lainalysis? Boom, bat, boom, ba-doop, bat. Today in the arena we have Bako Iva versus Sirius Rook. Two characters with minimal healing versus two characters with fairly high healing. How's this gonna go? I'm gonna go with my usual steroid Bako build, except I'm gonna switch out Slowy Axe with that weakening shield so I can bonk that Rook on the face butt. And we start the game off with a Rook boulder. It was a valiant boulder, but it was dodged. And then an axe, but the axe was also dodged. The game has already descended into a giant game of footsies in which no abilities hit. Uh-oh, a fake out. Oh, hit in the face, and oh, I've been stoned. Unfortunately, almost no damage is done in this endeavor. Then I accidentally hit Rook's counter with my E, but in his furious M1 spam of rage, I managed to stun him with my shield. Use those brain meats, Rook, don't do that. So I step on the orb like its name is Flick, and then I'm trying to beat the heck out of Sirius when what? Why he do this? Let's do some science and find out. Alright, going back in time to when I was stoned, Sirius uses his spacebar, which completes when the timer's at 139. Almost immediately after that, he uses his counter, which ends at 137. So when I start beating the heck out of him, I know he has no counter, but then he decides to R away from me at 132. Now, according to the wiki, both his space and counter have a cooldown of 9 seconds, so he could have just waited 2 more seconds and spaced away from me instead of trying to R away from me. Well, either that or he was trying to hit me and he missed 90 degrees, I don't know, calculated misplay. So then a whole bunch of bad stuff's about to happen to me, but I decided to eat some broccoli because this is good for you. It's so good that I can step right on through Sirius's counter, beat the heck out of him until I get hit with a large slab of meat and I have to be AFK for a minute. Then legit nothing happens for a while until I do a sick Waz dodge out of Lunar Strike. I'm so happy about that dodge that I served the orb up to Rook on a silver plate. Ashamed of this act, I jump away, but it's actually all a ploy because I actually ult into both of them and almost kill Rook, but then I immediately activate his counter, but then I hit him with my shield. And then I decide the best course of action is to slightly nudge him in the other direction. Great. Then I go and eat some broccoli because I'm hungry again. I'm a hungry boy. But Rook's a hungrier boy and he eats a chunk of his meat and gets some health back. It's basically 2v1 because Iva's a boss, and Iva uses that flamethrower to kill Rook through his counter because flamethrowers go through counters. Hashtag fact. The next round starts mostly the same. In an ideal healer versus no healer, you just want to sustain as much health as possible and poke the healerless team down. It's kinda hard to poke when you're Sirius Rook though. Rook's decided he has enough and goes in on Iva, but she uses her blast shield battle right to knock him away, which makes my E miss. Then I try to shield him and I miss that, whoops. But then I do the good old alley-oop on him. Where are you smashing, bro? I'm over here. Where am I jumping, bro? That didn't make sense. We almost lose the orb, but then Iva gets it with one of her pellets. I bonk Rook with my weaken right here, and then he charges at me and starts M1ing me, but it doesn't do any damage because he's weakened. Then I jump over here to get the broccoli, but that's kind of questionable at this moment. I left Iva all alone. She could have taken some mad deeps. Getting some good hits on Rook, but he keeps eating, so his health's still pretty high, and we're getting lower. Iva's less than a fourth at this point. She needs to get out. She uses blast shield. We're trying to get the orb. We do get the orb. Iva ends up hitting Rook's counter, which is bad. It forces her space. Then I get a stun on both of them. Low. Then I get to land my 44 damage space. That's nice. I try to ult on Sirius, but I get stunned out of it and immediately try to ult again. That's never a good idea most of the time. Oh dear. I get stuck being a rock. Iva gets hit by a rock, and we're just rocked this round. I end up struggling for a while, but against two characters that can heal really easily, I just can't do it. And then Sirius breaks out the moldy bananas. 1 moldy banana, 2 moldy bananas! How did he even know about Bako's potassium intake problems? This third round, I get the opening wombo. I get an axe, I run a Rook before he can run, and then I smack him with my shield a bunch, and then I land the step on him. I get rocked, but my teammate stays right beside me for when I come back in. Sirius spaces, I do something stupid. Then they're beating the heck out of Iva, so I start trying to put pressure on Sirius. I know he just used his space, so his only other option is to counter, so I don't hit that and I axe him after it's over. Then I try to shield him for no reason, it doesn't work. I jump on Rook. Ooh, look, Rook's almost dead. Eat that meat, big boy, eat that meat. Talk shit, get hit. I hit his counter. Sirius healing Rook up with his ult. Iva tries to silence, but the ult's already over. I step on Rook as he's running, jump greater than run, and then I hit the counter again because I'm dumb, and I'm trying to go so hard for this Rook that I just end up eating a stun and then a petrify, and then Iva's trying to actually do work, and I'm like, boop, I'll help you finish that work, but I won't participate in most of it. And then I jump over for Rook, and I'm like, nah, never mind, I'm just gonna get this orb instead. So I get the orb and almost let Iva die, and then I'm like, I'm gonna help, and then I do a shield stun, and then I do the old alley-oop a second time, and then we get him with a rocket. All me. Definitely not Iva.
Definitely not Iva.
Ah, round 4, more footsies, but not for very long, because Rook's like, screw this, I'm just gonna go on this Iva. I push him against the wall and move out of a Lunar Strike, but I also try to get him with my shield. It doesn't work. Then he right-clicks and smashes my weaken in the face, but then I know he doesn't have it, so I can step on him without any possibility of dodging. Then I push him away some more for no reason, question mark. He's actually beating me pretty bad. Then I get the alley-oop on him again, and he's just confused, and I step on him. And I hit him against the wall, and now I'm doing all the damage, except not really, because Sirius came over and he's trying to kill me. I'm low HP, so I eat my broccoli because I know that's the food that I need. And I'm running away, but this Rook is tunneling me, so he's gonna get punished just like I did. Okay, so now my health and self-esteem are destroyed, and they're trying to take the little bit that's left. I don't have shield to counter that Rook charge, so I use my incap, and I'm just trying to live. Oh no, I have 1 HP. 1 actual HP, and they're both trying to kill me. There's no way I can get that orb. I'm just gonna go eat this broccoli. Rook wants to shove his meat down my throat, and I'm just like, okay, let me activate your counter. Psych, I'm gonna shield you and then roll my face on the keyboard and then run away because I'm scared. But then Sirius appears right where I am, and then there's another rock, and I shield to mitigate the damage. And I'm still really low. I'm doing some damage to Rook, though, but he keeps eating. I wish I could eat. Baco doesn't have no meat. And like, ooh, I want that orb, but then I'm not gonna combo it because I know they're gonna try to take it. So Sirius bananas it, and then I get it with my axe. I eat the greens, and then I'm about to mount up, but then I see Sirius and decide to attack him, but then he spaces, and then he counters. Oh my gosh, he has nothing. And then he misses Lunar Strike, and I dodge the second one with my recast. And boom, I'm gonna eat his lunch, and I did eat his lunch. I don't need no meat, I'll just eat Sirius's lunch. And then I mount up to chase after Rook because mounting up is faster, and then we get him with the flamethrower again, you know. That's how we do. That Iva's a boss. I think the moral of this game is don't tunnel. It worked bad for me and it worked bad for the enemy team during that last round. To be fair, I had 1 health. I'm not sure how we came back from that. But yeah. Stay tuned for more 2Lainalysis.